Something just went down at Talladega, and I'm telling you right now, this race didn't just shake up the finishing order, it exposed who's rising, who's slipping, and who might be in serious trouble heading into Texas. Because here's the thing, Talladega always delivers chaos, but this time, it gave us a brutal reality check. You had drivers clawing their way to career-defining runs and others watching their entire momentum disappear in one single moment. The big one. And I'm just going to say it straight, what happened on lap 115? That might end up being a turning point in this season. Stick with me, because we've got some names trending way up and a few that should be very, very worried right now. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation news is just getting started. We're pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the drivers who walked out of Talladega with momentum and maybe even a statement. First up, Zane Smith. Started 30th, finished 5. That's not just a good day, that's a message. Here's the thing. This wasn't luck. This wasn't just surviving the chaos. Smith drove his way to the front and stayed there late in the race. And when you look at his season on drafting tracks, 6th at Daytona, 7th at Echo Park, now 5th at Talladega. That's consistency in the most unpredictable style of racing NASCAR has. So what does that mean? It means when we hit another drafting track later this year, no, 38 team isn't a sleeper anymore. They're a legit threat. Now, Texas, that's where things get tricky. His numbers there aren't great, but momentum like this, sometimes that overrides history. Next, Ross Chastain. And honestly, this one feels bigger than just a 7th place finish. Because let's be real, Trackhouse has been struggling. Chastain's been answering questions week after week about performance. But Sunday, he finally had something to point to. Top 10 finish, stage win, led laps, and not just a few. His most laps led in a race in over a year. That's huge. This could be the moment where things flip. And here's why Texas matters even more now. Chastain has been dangerous there. Multiple runner-up finishes, consistent speed. So if his Talladega run really is a turning point, we might see that no one car right in the mix again this weekend. Now let's talk about Kyle Busch. Yeah, that Kyle Busch started 34th, finished 10th. And I know P10 doesn't sound like headline material for a guy like Busch, but context matters. This is his first top 10 of the season. Let that sink in, and it didn't come easy either. This team had to repair serious damage after getting caught up in the big one. That's grit. That's survival. That's a team refusing to let the season spiral. But here's where it gets really interesting. They're making a crew chief change right now. Andy Street stepping in. So now you've got momentum and a leadership shakeup. That combination, it either sparks a comeback or creates more instability. Texas is going to tell us everything about where this number 8 team is really headed. All right, now we flip it, because not everyone left Talladega feeling good. Let's start with Brad Keselowski. This one hurts. 6-time Talladega winner, and he ends up 31st. And yeah, technically he finished the race, but 22 laps down. That's not just a bad day. That's a missed opportunity at one of his best tracks, especially when you consider playoff implications. Races like this matter. Now, the good news, Texas has been strong for him. Consistent top 10s, even a runner-up recently. But here's the pressure. He still hasn't won there, and after Talladega, he needs a rebound. Badly. Next, Ty Gibbs. And this one shows just how brutal NASCAR can be. 2 weeks ago, he's celebrating a win at Bristol. Now, 34th place after getting caught in the chaos and then wrecking again because of tire damage. That's the sport. Highs don't last long and the lows hit fast. But here's the bigger concern. Drafting tracks. Daytona, Echo Park, now Talladega. It's been rough every time. The good news? Texas isn't that style. The bad news? His Texas record isn't exactly inspiring either. So now the question becomes, was Bristol a breakout moment or just a temporary spike? And finally, Bubba Wallace. This one might be the toughest of all because he was leading. Out front, controlling the race, and then one push goes wrong. Contact, spin, chaos, done, 36th place. And just like that, a streak of strong Talladega finishes is over. And here's where it gets complicated. Texas has been all over the place for Bubba. He's shown he can dominate there. Pole, laps led, top finish. But outside of that, it's been inconsistent. So now you've got a driver coming off a brutal DNF, heading to a track where he either shows up big or disappears. That's pressure. So now I've got to ask you, who are you buying right now? Is Zane Smith the real deal on super speedways? Is Ross Chastain about to flip his entire season around? Or is this Kyle Busch crew chief change the spark that brings him back into contention? And on the flip side, which of these struggling drivers should fans be most worried about heading into Texas? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it. And don't forget, if you're riding with NASCAR Nation news, hit that like button, subscribe, and be part of the realest NASCAR conversations on YouTube. Because this season, it's just getting started.